Hi, my name is Jeff, and I've never done this before, and I apologize. I'm a bit nervous to admit this. Like I said, my name is Jeff, and I'm here to today to open up to all of you and admit that, well, I'm a Sharknado fan. Yeah, I admit it. I watched the Sharknado movies. I think they're fantastic. In fact, I watch all those films on the Sci-Fi Network. You know, Mega Shark, Lavalantula, Sharktopus, Dino Croc. I watch them all. Why not? Two-Headed Shark Attack. They're wonderful. Now you come to me and you say, hey Jeff, they're pretty silly, but then I'm going to go watch the new Marvel movie. Really? Marvel movies aren't as silly as Sharknado? You're going to tell me you can suspend your disbelief long enough to imagine that a god from another universe has come down into our universe with a magical hammer that only he can throw and use, or a guy from World War II is running around with a big shield that he uses to fight crime, or Robert Downey Jr. could be in a metal costume and get thrown against the wall at full volume and somehow not get a concussion, And he has some magical energy that lets him fly around like crazy without ever having to refuel. You're gonna tell me you believe all that, but Sharknado is stupid? It's called suspension of disbelief. I mean, where else can you see at the end of Sharknado 3, and spoilers, David Hasselhoff and our hero are fighting sharks in low Earth orbit from a space shuttle. And then, somehow, David Hasselhoff finds himself on the moon, preparing to die, only to be rescued before Sharknado 4. It makes no sense. It's silly. It's crazy. It's Sharknado. And where would Roger Corman be without the Sci-Fi Network? Really? I mean, Roger Corman was the king of the bees back in the 50s and 60s. He did some remarkable films. But then the end of the drive-in era seemed to have doomed him to be gone. And then the home video market helped out a little because he could make his films for direct to VHS or direct to DVD. But that didn't last long. But now he's got the Sci-Fi Network, and at age 90, he's still making movies. Silly, crazy, low-budget films, but he's still making them. So if anything, watch these films just to support Roger Corman. It's called suspension of disbelief. Now, granted, it takes a lot of suspension of your disbelief to appreciate Sharknado. But here's the thing about Sharknado. Unlike the Marvel Universe, where they're trying really hard to take a silly concept and make it seem realistic, the Sharknado makers and all these people, they're doing just the opposite. They're taking a silly concept and saying, let's just wrap it up. Let's just be as silly as possible, because there's no way to make people take this seriously. It's a comedy. And if you don't watch it as a comedy, well, then you're missing something, and that's on you. And where else can you see cameos like Will Wheaton, Kelly Osbourne, Robert Hayes, Andy Dick, Judge Hirsch, Mark Cuban, Lou Ferrigno, Penn and Teller, Gary Busey, Cheryl Tiegs, Carrot Top, Steve Guttenberg, Paul Schaefer, and the remarkable Gilbert Gottfried. And that's only to name a few. That's a remarkable group of people there, right? It's Sharknado. And us people should never be embarrassed about watching it. It's fine. It's entertainment. It's silly, and it's meant to be silly. Now here's what you do if you're one of these people who think you're too good for Sharknado. Put Sharknado on and put yourself in a frame of mind that this is another universe. Just how you do in the Marvel Universe. It's another universe that's similar to ours but different. So is the Sharknado universe. And in this universe, tornadoes can carry sharks. And these sharks can drop out of the tornado and still fly at people to eat them on their way to the ground. In our universe, sure, it's impossible, but in the Sharknado universe, it happens. And just enjoy it for the silliness that is Sharknado. And this is Jeff Kelly, and I admit I watch Sharknado.